Crazy what kind of damage the water did in less than an hour.
Guck mal hier, was jetzt gerade abbricht, siehst du das?
Suddenly heard a rushing sound, and then I saw cars floating through the village.
It's crazy what kind of damage the water did in less than an hour.
Guck mal hier, was jetzt gerade abbricht, siehst du das?
Wednesday evening, we were hit by a flood, bigger than we could have imagined. We knew about how high the water would be, but had no idea what that meant. Tough situation, but what can we do but get to work?
How are we supposed to cope with all of this mud? I have no idea. You heard what it's like. It's everywhere. And the city isn't helping us at all. We've heard nothing from them yet.
I've never seen this before. We've had little fires before, but I've never seen this devastation.
Brazilians are marveling upon seeing snow for the first time in their lives, with rare low temperatures hitting the country and causing a rise in coffee prices. Snow fell overnight on Thursday for the first time in 64 years due to a polar air mass traveling towards the country's subtropical center south, blanketing the streets. More than 40 cities found themselves facing icy conditions, and at least 33 municipalities saw snow, according to the meteorology company Somer Meteorologia.
तूफानी बारिश ने रावलपिंडी इस्लामाबाद में तबाही मचा दी। इस्लामाबाद के मुख्तलिफ सेक्टर्स में सैलाबी सूरत हाल, सड़कें दरिया बन गईं, कई गाड़ियां बरसाती रेले में बह गईं, पानी घरों में दाखिल, मूसलाधार बारिश से नाला लई फिर खतरा बन गया। इंतजामिया ने हाई अलर्ट जारी कर दिया।
कड़क चमकती बिजलियां, बरसते बादल, सैलाबी सूरत हाल। रावलपिंडी और इस्लामाबाद में तूफानी बारिशों ने तबाही मचा दी।
Al-Awabi, Rostak, and Nakhl in the Batina region. Samail and Bid also received intense showers. Met Office has predicted cloudy sky in Musandam and Muscat Governorate. Myanmar's Department of Meteorology and Hydrology, DMH, reported heavy rain from 25 July. Molamyan in Mon State recorded 553 millimeters of rain in 48 hours to 27 July. In a 24-hour period to 27 July, areas of Rakhine State saw particularly heavy rain, including Mongda, 243 millimeters. According to the ASEAN Coordinating Center for Humanitarian Assistance on Disaster Management, AHA Center, as many as 48,500 people have been affected or displaced by the floods across the three states.
The army warned that a stricken dam in the center of the country could collapse at any time after being severely damaged in torrential rain. About 1,500 firefighters have been rushed to carry out rescues in the province, where heavy rains over the past 2 days have disrupted the lives of more than 3 million people.
A story circulated online where a local official in Anhui province said that the flooding of reservoirs could only be done secretly and no notice could be given. If there is notice, it will involve compensation for villages, livestock, seedlings, and enterprises downstream of the reservoir. However, if there is no notice, it will be considered a natural disaster, then no compensation is involved. Why do officials insist on opening the reservoir to release water when they know it will pose a great danger to the local people or downstream without issuing a safety warning in advance? China is now implementing a reservoir management system where once something happens to a reservoir, the reservoir manager must be responsible for it. Therefore, to the officials who manage the reservoir, the safety of the reservoir or dam is the first priority. Concerning what happened in Henan, Wang Weiliu, a renowned expert in environmental ecology who lives in Germany, said, Henan province is a traditional water-scarce province, and reservoir managers only focus on water storage, but not on water drainage. When the reservoir has more water, the management officials will release less if they think the dam is not critical, but they would release more if the dam is in critical condition. As for how many people are killed, these officials do not report it or underreport it. That is how it is now.
Today, Brittany Thomason is in Miami to show us how it's looking now. The rain here in Miami stopped a couple hours or so ago, but I want to show you this road. It's closed right here because part of it is underwater. I want to show you just how quickly these floodwaters are moving. Take a look down Miami. This is from a rural part of Gila County. You can see huge waves of flood water rush outside this home. Jane Hale, the homeowner, took this video as she watched the storm rip apart her house. The water poured through the home, and thankfully, Jane and her husband Tom are okay. Sadly, Jane says one of her dogs is missing, swept away by floodwater. Another died. The homeowners blame the telegraph fire for creating a burn scar and making the flooding a huge issue on their property.
Nothing would have stopped it. It washed this whole basin full of water. We are very, very lucky to be alive. We had a garage right here that had our vehicles in it. I went out there and moved our car and truck when it first started, and I was on the way back to get the Ranger when a wall of water hit the side of the garage and took it in 2 seconds down the creek.
Look at this video. We took this as we left Jane's house driving back to the 60 from the rural road. It started raining and flooded the road again. We had
Our lovely Arvila. I can't believe it. How could the Ar River do this to us? How could God do this to us?
Fierce floods sweep through Germany with catastrophic consequences. Rivers burst their banks after relentless rains. Water races down small-town roads, inundating entire areas.
Dozens of people have died, including 2 firefighters. Many more are missing. Hundreds of thousands of homes are without power. Helicopter crews have lifted stranded villagers to safety.
We had renovated and modernized the house from the ground up, added another story on top. It was all new. Underfloor heating, tiling, the bathroom, kitchen, all new. And then a few days ago, the flood hit. It was so fast, we didn't even have time to rescue our valuables. We spent 24 hours up on the top floor. The firefighters came and asked us, "Are you all right? Okay, you'll have to make do for a while." We couldn't leave the house. The water was chest high. But we're alive. So many people died. It's hard to believe. It's hard to imagine what happened here. We probably haven't seen as much as the people who live a bit further away and saw the images taken from the helicopter. But from what we've heard, all the way to the Rhine River, everything's underwater.
It's a lovely town, Arvila. It was. We love our town and now it's destroyed. I can't.
We drove here yesterday. It took 6 hours. Then we got set up. There's a police escort. They got us set up with permission to come into the disaster zone. It was utter chaos. Tractors, but no coordination. So we tried to bring some structure into things, to coordinate things. We turned this into a one-way street, so that the vehicles, the big machinery, go in one direction. They load up here, down there they unload next to the road. If there's anything positive that's come out of this disaster, it's the outpouring of solidarity. It's amazing. I'm proud of everyone, of how we're supporting each other.
A day after the sandstorm, heavy hail the size of a golf ball hit southeast Australia. The hail damaged buildings and cars in the Australian Capital Territory, which includes Canberra and other major cities. The Houses of Parliament were also beaten and trees in Victoria were damaged. The country's emergency services received more than 1,200 calls for help and connect.
لا تعمل مرشين